Hello, welcome to Paddock Uncut from a very rainy Shanghai, China. And because it's rainy, we've all come inside for what we call the pen, which is the interviews with some of the drivers before they go and do the FIA Drivers Press Conference. But plenty to hear from those two, from Sebastian Vettel, from Kimi Räikkönen, who are in that press conference, and from a lot of other drivers around the paddock as well. So let's get on with it. Who or what do you feel is mostly responsible for this year's improvement to the team and the car?
The team itself. I think, there's been a lot of efforts going in behind the scenes to, make the team stronger generally, and if that's, the consequence or the result of it, then obviously we, very happy and proud about it. But then again, it's only one race. But I think overall things have improved. Things are still improving. There's still a lot of areas where we feel we can do and must do better. But yeah, I think we've cleaned up a lot of things and starts to look better.
And the last one is, thanks for your patience, leads on from that. Is it that gives you the optimism that this is a real championship challenge and not just another full storm that we've seen before with Ferrari?
Well, this I don't know. I can't give you an answer because honestly at this point I'm not thinking about that. I think at this point it's also the smartest to really go race by race and not to get distracted. So that's what we try to do. So for here, for sure the expectation is in a way to do well. Otherwise, you'd be lying to yourself. But we can't come here and say, we're going to win it because, so many things that you don't know how they will unfold. The weather, the conditions, how we work with the tires. Is the car quick enough? What are the others doing? What did other people bring? So it's useless in my point of view to get into all that, and much better off wasting or investing your time in thinking of what you can do right rather than wasting it and thinking what others are doing and what the conditions are doing and so on, things that you can't influence.
In Parc Ferme, we saw you say to Sebastian, next time. I think we heard that. I don't know if you remember it.
I barely remember what happened like 4 days ago. So.
Okay, all right, fair enough. If we check back the tape, it seemed like you said next time I'll get you. What are your thoughts coming here about whether the track might make a difference to the result?
I'm not sure if I said that to him. I think I did say that to him at the airport. We were flying through Dubai and I saw him, and we said goodbye, and he was walking around the corner, and I shouted at him. I said, "I'm coming for you," or something like that. So, but yeah, very excited to be here. Obviously, the weather's a little bit not spectacular, but it's always nice here. And I've been here since Sunday, and had a bigger welcoming than ever before in Beijing, Chengdu, and Shanghai. So excited for the weekend and excited to get back out. Yeah. Didn't win the last race, which I feel, which I wanted to, and I'm here to change that.
Everybody's saying how this is the resurgence of Ferrari, but actually in the end, the difference was probably about 0.6 of a second. I think he beat you out of the pits by maybe just over half a second. Very close. So is that the way you see it, and the team sees it, that actually it's absolutely level pegging at the moment between the two teams?
Well, I mean, there's at the end of the day, they won the race and they did the better job. So we just got to do a better job. But I think it is very close, pace-wise. In qualifying, is close. In the race, he was able to keep up with me. There's gonna be races where that fluctuates, where perhaps they're ahead and we're behind, or we're ahead and they're behind. But we hope to make it more that we're up ahead. But the good thing it is close, and it's going to be margins like that, which I think what makes racing exciting. When he came out of the pits, that was exciting for me. Even I was stuck behind one car, but it was kind of cool to see that racing is that close. I wish that was on track, but it's never going to be the case for some time. Hopefully in some of the races this year it will be.
Melbourne is a slightly different place than many let's say normal circuits like here, but usually it's been much more difficult for us in Melbourne. So the car's been feeling good all the time when we've been running it, so people can think what they want, but I think we have a good package, good team, and obviously we have to do a good job out of it, but keep improving. It's going to be a long year, and for sure there's weekends that are not easy, but that's what happens to everybody. So we have to minimize the mistakes and do a good job.
Is your car going to be any good around here?
We have to find out on Saturday. I think.
Why was it so bad in Australia?
Well, if we knew, we would be really quick after the Friday. I mean,
Seriously, you don't know?
well, it's tricky. I mean, we are still finding out everything. I mean, it's not just an easy fix, as you know.
What's not an easy fix? Having to recondition the car around a suspension that you didn't think you were going to run throughout the season?
No, we haven't changed the suspension. So it was exactly the same as in winter testing. So
But not the same as what you wanted to use before it was
no,
the FIA changed their mind.
no, it was an additional one, but all good.
Okay, so if it's not the suspension, then that asks even more questions as to what it is. I mean, is it this thing that Christian was talking about? The setup's just on a knife edge and you can't get it?
Well, I mean, we shouldn't make it too dramatic. It's just we need to find a good balance in the car from high speed to low speed. So we are working hard to get new parts here for that, to make that balance offset a bit closer to each other. And then it should be already a big step forward. And then we need more horsepower as well.
Okay. Yeah, the horsepower side you can't do anything about. And I try not to make it dramatic, Max, but the way I look at it, unfortunately, is that you were beaten by 30 seconds by a Ferrari who you trounced last year. So you've gone backwards. Red Bull have gone backwards over the winter.
And Ferrari gone a bit forward. Yeah.
How's your China experience so far? Eaten anything weird?
No, I've tried to stay away from the weirdness. It's been all right. It's quite smoggy at the moment, but apart from that, it's been very pleasant.
Okay. What's the plan for this weekend then on your side of the garage?
Just start from scratch, really. We had such a tough one in Melbourne, but I think we've understood all the problems. So we're starting from a blank canvas, try and learn from what went wrong in Melbourne, and then just take every session as it comes, keep building through the weekend, and end up in the top 10.
Yes, the team said in your preview that they've discovered something on the car back at the factory that wasn't right, or here rather. Can you give us an idea of what they're referring to? And well, I'd like you to actually be very specific and tell us exactly what it was, unless it's some massive trade secret, in which case maybe you can give us some sort of idea of what they're referring to.
It was basically the rear anti-roll bar wasn't working properly on from Saturday onwards. So we only discovered it sadly after the race. But it makes a lot of sense to me because I was quite happy with the car on Friday, and Saturday, Sunday was struggling a lot more with it. So they discovered that, and then we also had the brake problem in the race, which was a mechanical fault really. So yeah, I think there's quite simple solutions to some simple problems.
Well, everyone's being very nice to you, saying that you did this amazing job and got 1 point, but Sergio did actually finish 7th, and he did a lot better than you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you
Look
put
at him. You want to jump in the car?
Have you put? No, but then I just thought everyone was being so nice to you. I thought I'd give a note of reality.
Changes. No, but it's right. You're totally right. I mean, we had a difficult weekend. I said it. I didn't say it was the best weekend just because I did a great race. But not the race was good, but I was starting behind. So
qualifying.
The qualifying was bad, and the Friday was not good either. So it made the weekend difficult, but the race was good itself.
Okay, what did you put the qualifying then down to?
Just learning new procedures. I was not doing things right. We understood that, but a bit too late, And in the last run of Q2, it was a bit late when we discovered it. So yeah, let's see. Here should be better.
6th was a good results, good points. But is that kind of where Williams are at the moment? You sense Red Bull a little bit too far ahead, but clear of everybody else?
I think so. So definitely. We finished quite a long way behind Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes, so definitely that's where we are in this moment. So, which is, you always want to fight for the victory, but we know that it's not so easy now. But I think, if you see where we finished the championship last year and how we start now, definitely we made a step forward, and I really working and looking forward that we make even more step forward, that we keep fighting, and also in front of these guys that they finished behind us in the first race. So I really hope we can keep a good fight with them, and just try and keep improving race by race.
We all know Honda's issues at the moment, but is the chassis completely blameless at the moment?
We don't know. I think we are not able to push the car also on the corners. So I think it's difficult to know exactly where we are in terms of chassis side, but I think more or less we should be quite competitive on that aspect.
Okay. Are these just teething problems that Honda have at the moment?
I don't know.
Are they telling you that it's going to get better within a reasonable amount of time, or it's going to get better at all?
Not really. I don't have much info. I know they are working very hard to improve the situation, but I don't have news or let's say clear news of where we are or what we are doing. And let's hope for the best. And and until that point, we need to keep fighting. We need to keep extracting the maximum from the car as we did in Australia. In these difficult moments, I think the team expects the maximum from me and to extract something extra from the normal. And I think we nearly did in Australia, and I'm sure I will do again here in China.
Have you driven some of these cars in the wet? How do you think this might appeal?
Yeah, I just have some few laps in Barcelona, but the track was not really wet, so I will not say I had a lot of experience. But we will see. Now look wet. Maybe tomorrow also. Saturday we will be dry, I think. So it will be tough race weekend. But of course, to start from FP1 will be a good point compared to Melbourne. And I will try to do my best and to take a feeling already from FP1, FP2, and be ready for quali and race.
Is there an element of you that feels a bit sorry for Pascal, or do you think, oh well, it's my chance, I'm going to make the best of it?
No, of course you don't want something wrong for another driver, but of course it's good for me, and I will do my best. They give me this opportunity, so I need to do my best for them.
Well, you were very close to getting into Q2 last weekend. Do you think you might be able to manage it here, or this might be a bit of a harder track for you, maybe?
Maybe it will be harder, but maybe not, so I will see. Important, like I said before, is to take a lot of data from FP1, FP2, FP3 and try to be ready for quali, and then we'll see if we can jump to Q2.
In all the years that I've been coming here, I generally only come to Shanghai. But this year, I went to Chengdu, for example, and which I didn't even know about Chengdu. I didn't know what part of China I was in, but what I can tell you, it was really beautiful. It might be my favorite city that I've been to in China, potentially. I think it was a lovely place, and I also got to see the pandas there, which is awesome, and see what they're doing for an animal that's endangered. I think it's great. But yeah, I don't know how they know my flight times, and I don't even know this stuff, but they know what flight I'm on, they know what time I'm getting in. Some of them are on the flight, they're like secret agents. And it's really wonderful to arrive, and there's no other country that I arrive into an airport and have such a welcome.
Well, it's cherry blossom season here in the Far East, and that, along with a trip to Panda Country in Chengdu, certainly seems to have put Lewis Hamilton in a good mood. And as we all know, a happy Lewis Hamilton is a fast Lewis Hamilton. Will it be enough against Ferrari this weekend? And perhaps the elements? We'll have to wait and see. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.